Come on, fool.
Hello.
Well, whenever you're ready, rock and roll.
Are you asking me questions?
Yeah, we can both ask you
I
questions.
thought you tried to go to Hello Monkeys. I'm not gonna lie. He's nervous.
See, that's good. This is all the pre-roll footage here. So
Hello, monkeys.
There we go. So what was the regional? It was Niagara, Carta Magica?
Carta Magica.
Yep, Carta Magica, Niagara Regional,
And you got what place?
15th place.
15th place. And what are we playing? I assume Frieza, from that intro, but we'll go down here and we see this good old.
Yellow or blue Vegeta.
There we go. So walk us through this deck list.
Yeah, let's start it off. Okay, so Vegeta, very standard leader. When attacking, draw a card. When your life is at 4 or less, draw a card and flip it over. 20k when attacking, draw a card. And then deactivate main once per turn. If you have 7 or less cards, it gains 15,000. So 35k swing, phenomenal. Definitely really came in clutch. I usually had less than 7. I tried to play with a low hand count just to make sure to take advantage of the leader effect.
So what was your thought behind playing Vegeta opposed to any other deck?
I was expecting a lot of yellow, so a lot of Friezas, and I think the matchup against Frieza is really, really good. That's why the intro with the Hello Monkeys kind of thing kind of came on.
It's true.
Right? So it was kind of a...
You're the tech to the Hello Monkeys.
Exactly. So that was the reason why I went with Vegeta. And then I was expecting some androids, and I've been playing a lot of androids as well. So I kind of know that matchup, and I played 2 today and went 2-0 against them. So it went really well. That's why I went with Blue Vegeta. Let's start off with the package here. So standard, I played 4 Trunks, 5k, 1-drop, draw a card, very standard. And then accompanied with the 1-drop Gotenks. So it's a really good card. It's a on play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards 2 or less and send it back to their hand. I wish it was bottom deck, but I mean sending it back to the hand was very good as well. And then also I played 3 Trunks. This is really good with the Vegeta leader because again with the 7 or less cards, his permanent is if I have 7 or fewer cards, he gains 10k, so he's a 25k swing. And his on play effect is when you play him, it's take a life. And that's really good because
So self-awakener kind of thing? Okay,
yeah.
fair.
I did not play any other self-awakener, so that was my self-awakener. With the Vegeta deck, I wanted to make sure I did not awaken early though, but if I needed to, they were stalling me out at 5, or they were, I just needed a life, or I needed some cards, I played the Vegeta, or the Trunks, sorry.
Yeah,
then,
same thing. It's just kid,
yeah,
close enough.
Kid, so. And then on top of that, I played 3 Gotenks. So 4-drop 25k is on play, again with the 7 or less theme going on here.
It's not just the whole blue thing for Fusion World, it's just 7 or less as you're getting better
Exactly.
effects. Okay,
So 7 or less is kind of the way to go. But his effect is on play. If I have 7 or less cards, I can grab a Goten or Trunks 2 or less from your drop area. So I would use these guys either for combo after I've done playing with them, and then I would just grab them back with the Gotenks, right? I'd rather play it for 4, or there's another card that helps me cheat them out for free. I didn't play him too often, to be honest with you. I really didn't pay 4. I really went really minimal, like 1-drops and a lot of combo power. But he was really good when I needed him for the card that I'll show later on. So that was the standard Gotenks package, Goten Trunks. I'll move these to the side. And then continuing on with my 1-drops, I played 4 Zamasu.
There's my boy.
Yep. Really good effect. Again, when he's on play, choose one of your opponent's battle cards that are 1 and place them on the bottom of the deck. This actually came up very often. I know a lot of decks are playing maybe 2, 3. I ran with 4 because, again, I was expecting a lot of Frieza, and this is really good for Bulma. Bulma is like the effect where you rest it and draw a card, and essentially it was played for free by a yellow Vegeta. So this is why I played 4, because I always wanted to see it, and they always play multiple. And not only that, it's a 10k combo. So if it was in my hand, I didn't need it late game, it was just an extra combo power. And then I played 2. This is probably one of the best cards I put in the deck, 2 Bulmas. Same thing with the theme, it looks like it's the blue theme in general. If I have 7 or less cards on play, one of my Vegeta's cards can get 10k power. So this not only works with my leader, but my battle cards as well. This actually came up clutch. One match I remember I played 2 Bulmas and gave 10k to my leader on top of the 15k leader effect. So I was already at 55 base, comboing these 2 as well, 75k plus whatever I had in my hand. So this was very, very good to play, and like I love this card. I always saw it because of how much draw I got. Probably one of the best cards I would say in the deck. I think 2 is more than enough. And then to round off my 1-drops, this is the best card in the deck, I would say. Probably needs to be banned or something happened to it. It's Peel Off, go figure. On play, same thing, 7 or less cards, the theme going on. I can choose a card that's 1-drop or Earthling in my drop area and put it back to my hand. So, I remember going for game one turn, or I remember one turn I went for game. I had 6 energy open, 2 cards in my hand, one of them was a Peel Off. I had 3 in drop, I played Peel Off, grabbed another Peel Off,
Disgusting.
to grab another
Yeah.
Peel Off, to grab another Peel Off, and then I grabbed my 1-drop Trunks to draw another card. So 5 cards there, and then my leader effect was 35, so 45, 55, 65, 75, and then the combo, or the Trunks, so 80k.
Oh, they're 10Ks.
They're 10K.
I thought they're 1K. Oh my
this card
god,
is
what the?
So much value, 10k combo.
Okay,
and the fact
that's
that
nuts,
it can
yeah.
grab itself, right?
Yeah,
that's probably the nuttiest card in this deck, I would say. And then my other favorite card is I play 4 Vegetos, 3 cost. It's permanent and it does come in handy again with the 7 cards or less theme. If I have 7 or less cards in my hand, I reduce all my opponent's battle cards by 1. So this really goes hand in hand with my like the Zamasu. It goes hand in hand with the Goten because everything gets reduced by 1, so it can hit more cards. And its on-play effect is choose one of your opponent's battle cards with the energy of 1 and place it in the bottom of the deck. Again, going back to Frieza. Frieza I played and they have a 2-drop Frieza. It's a battle card and it's when it attacks, it takes a life and rests a card. So the fact that this can play for 3 and then bottom deck that card, it takes away the recursion and it's a 25k attacker as well. So it really done a lot of work. It plays well with the Zamasu and it plays well with the Goten. So I love this card. I had it at 3 originally, and then I'm like, no, I need to see this every single matchup. So this was great. We're gonna go top heavy. I played 2 Goku Black, and I played 2 Zamasu.
Oh, Zamasu look clean.
Yes, these are the alt-art ones, so I was scouring for the alt-arts. I need one more Goku Black alt-art, and that way my deck looks a little bit more prettier. But these 2 go hand in hand. So the 6-drop on play, add 1 card 4 or less from my drop to my hand. So this is usually my target, or the Goten is my target, the 4-drop. So I mentioned the 4-drop Goten earlier. So that was my 2 targets mainly. Or if I didn't have them, I would grab the Vegeta because it's 4 or less, right? So these 2 were my main targets. This one is my other target if I really needed it. It's a 40k body. And his effect when attacking, if I have 7 or fewer cards in hand, I can play a 4-drop from my hand. It doesn't have to be the card I drew, but usually it is the card I do play. It's like the Zamasu or the Goten. The Zamasu, when attacking, again, 7 or fewer or less, that's the theme of the deck. When I'm attacking with it, it draws a card. So 25k, essentially I play for the 6 cost, so I get 10 cost energy cards for 6. So 10 energy worth of cards for 6 energy. So this does really well hand in hand. And not only that, he has an effect when KO, play it from a drop area and rest. So essentially, people would either target this card, try to KO it, try to attack into it, and when he goes to the drop, he just comes right back in rest mode. And then it's a waste of a swing, so it's essentially like another blocker. If it's left unattended and I have 7 or less cards, which I usually do, I keep drawing, right? So that's why this card and this card is like a combo. Not only that, but the Goten as well, because the Goten gets the 2 cards back. So I'm gonna get value regardless of if this dies next turn or if this card dies next turn. because they have to get rid of 1-2 bodies, and I draw a couple of cards. So that's why it's fantastic. Another top heavy, so I play 2 double strike Vegetas, 5 cost on play. Choose one of my opponent's cards, 4 or less, and place it in the bottom of the deck. This came up very, very often. Usually when this is on there, I usually have my Vegeta on there, so it hits 5s or lowers because the Vegeta reduces the cost. I remember one game I had him out. My life was at 4 or 5, I can't remember what it was, but I played him. I brought my opponent's life from 5 to 3. Right? It feels bad when you can't awaken and you have to combo extra cards. So it's 35k. If they're gonna be, if they're unawakened, that's 2 10k or 2 10ks and a 5k, or a super combo and a 5k. So you're losing at least 2 cards when you're swinging with this card, right? Not only that, the cheeky combo I used to go back to this Bulma. So I mentioned it earlier. I play the Bulma, give this 10k, so he's a 45k double striker, and then I use it to combo, right? So it's hard to get over 35k, but 45k plus the 10k combo, so 55k swing with the double strike.
Nice, nice.
Very nuts. It helped me. At one point with this combo, I got up to about 175. That was the highest I went. I don't know how I got there, but it was crazy. And then I played 2 secret rares as well, 5 cost, 30k. This also goes with the theme of 7 or less, but his effect is also really, really good. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards, 5 or less, bounce it back to their hand. I wish it was bottom deck, but bouncing back a big cost, like a 4-drop cooler, or when I was playing androids, I was bouncing back their 3-drop, so this does really, really well. And not only that, his activate main is if I have 7 or fewer cards, I restand it. So he swings for 30, I usually never combo, use the activate main to restand it and swing again. So he's a 30k dual attacker, essentially. Very, very good card. And also the fact that he has 5k, so he was never ever dead in my hand.
Well, it's nice it's an activate main, so you can just combo the shit on the first attack to make sure you're at the 7
Exactly. Usually I wouldn't combo with the first swing. I would want them to drop cards because it's 30k. Again, so that's either 2 cards or a super combo or an extra card. So the fact that I get them to lose their bigger cards, it actually does really, really well. This card is also nuts. It's a 6-cost Zeno. So if you've played Masters before, it used to be a Zeno card where you put everything, all the cards into your hand and shuffle them back. But this one is not as broken. This one is choose all battle cards, not only on your side, on your opponent's side as well, and place them on the bottom of the deck in random order, right? So I would play this if their board was getting too heavy, or there's a lot of big bodies. So when I played androids, for example, they play Broly or they play android 17, 18 double striker, I would play this, bottom deck everything, and then I have a 20k swing. The fact that he's also 10k combo as well, never ever dead in my hand. This was fantastic. This also hits the Dr. Giro's lab on Android 17. So if you're playing androids and they have the lab that ramps them their cards, like their energy, this also brings it to the bottom of the deck. So it has a lot of value in there. I have 4 super combos. I went with Videl. It was just the ones I had. They're Earthlings, but no relevance. It was just super combos that I had.
Fair enough.
4 Gallic Guns.
Extra time, yeah.
Extra card. So this card is amazing. It's an activate battle, choose your leader or battle card, and it gains 15,000. And then again, going back to the theme of 7 or less, you draw a card if you have 7 or less cards. So whenever I play this card, I usually have 8 cards, combo with it, or played it, brings me down to 7 cards. Fulfills the draw 1, I get another card. I don't lose anything. I actually use this early. I didn't save it for late game. I use it whenever I have 1 energy. The good thing about Vegeta, I usually have him unawakened, and I'm usually at 5 or 6 6-7 life sometimes, and I would just put pressure on my opponent, right? Because he's pretty aggressive, to be honest with you, and this does really help. And yeah, just the one cost, you get recursion, so a 30k swing on Awaken, it's still 2-3 cards out of the opponent's hand, so this is an amazing card. The last card I played 4 Sinister Sickle. This card is also very good. It's an activate main for 3 energy. Choose 2 of your opponent's battle cards, 4 or less. Place them on the bottom of the deck. I usually have this when their board starts to get heavy. When I played Yellow Frieza, they had Ginyu, and they would usually play Raccoon, Ginyu, and then they would play Vegeta and Bulma. So this would help bottom deck at least 2 of the cards. I made the mistake of not bottom decking a 3-drop. I made that mistake once. I've never made that mistake again. But this card is fantastic for making sure the board stays clean. When you partner it up with the Vegito, you can hit 5 or less, right? Because it reduces the cost by 1 as long as you have 7 or less cards. So this hits a lot of cards in the game, and the fact that my opponents had to ask me like 4, I'm like, yeah, it hits 4 or less. So that's the crazy part about it.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a very good card. But yeah, that's my deck right there.
This is how many rounds in this tournament?
6 rounds.
6 rounds, okay, and you ended up getting 15th place overall.
Yep.
Go through the rounds. What's round 1 looking like?
So round 1, I was actually on stream. I was playing a Yellow Frieza, which is a match I'm usually favorable in. That one I just drew horribly. So it's on stream on the Carta Magica Discord or YouTube or their Twitch, so you can watch it there, but I couldn't play the way that Vegeta wanted to play. I had a lot of 0-cost combos, so my deck has a lot of 10Ks. But the fact that I had 2 Goku Blacks, 3 Sinister Sickles, I couldn't catch up. So that match was a little bit rough on stream, and if you want to see me get destroyed, watch that stream for sure. It was a little fun. I had fun with it, and I was like, you know what, it is what it is. Round 2, I recovered. I played androids 17 and 18, so I did really well against that. That's not my favorable matchup, but I just kept putting pressure on my opponent, and it was at the end of it all, he just couldn't handle the fact that I was swinging for 30, 40Ks, and the Bulma, again, is my MVP for that matchup. Third matchup I played Android 17, 18. That was a very tight matchup. We had a lot of fun there. My opponent didn't get to ramp, so that kind of worked out to my advantage. If we're going tit for tat for energy, I'm going to be the one ahead because I have enough recursion. I can lose cards and I can recover them just as quickly. But I remember finishing that match with, again, peel off to peel off to peel off, and I swung with a 5K Bulma for 75K. So, like I said, peel off did a lot of work. Bulma did a lot of work. It was fantastic. Round 4, I played Yellow Frieza again. Right?
Popular deck.
Popular deck. I was expecting a lot, and that match, again, I had control. Everything went in my way. I played the way I had to. I controlled the board, which is what I want to do. I can't let them flood, and it worked out very well. And again, I went for 115K, or was that 175? We played a couple of matches after the fact, so I might be mixing up our fun matches and our actual matches. But I believe it was 115K for that one. And yeah, he couldn't stop 115K on my leader swing, so that worked out really well. My matchup after that was a U7 Goku, red. That one is also another matchup that goes in my favor. I had 2 Vegetos on board, the 3-drops, so I had the board on control, and I just finished it off with my leader swing with the leader effect, 35K, and then adding Bulma. The Bulma again did a lot of work for me in those matchups. Yeah, I just had control of the board and 25K swings. As long as I'm like ripping cards out of their hands, I'm doing just as well. And then the last match I had was against Yellow Frieza. Very tight matchup. Just lost by about 5K. So it was this and that. It was back and forth. He had control of the board. Nothing I can do there, but I went for game and I was just about short 5K. So you know what? It is what it is at that point, and you know, it was good, right? So yeah, that was my matchups there. Lost to 2 Friezas, beat 2 androids, beat 1 Frieza, beat 1 Red U7. I think it was a great good matchup. So great day today for sure.
Awesome. Well, congrats on the top 15.
Thank you.
Awesome to see the deck profile and hopefully more wins in the future.
Yes.
And anything you want to add at the end or anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. You know, shout out to Carta Magica for holding the event. That's fantastic. I think they are probably the best TO for these. Like, I do One Piece, I do Dragon Ball, and their events are phenomenal. Like, that's big shout out to them. The judges were very great as well. Like, again, we had fun even when I was on stream. The judge there we were cracking jokes. So it was a very, very nice and great environment. Yeah, shout out to the teammates for helping me practice. We came with this deck kind of together and it worked out. Wish we had a bit more practice, but you know what? Big shout out to all of them. And then big shout out for Game 3. You know.
Oh, there you go. We got the whole thing. We got your jersey there. We're all live here at Game 3. It's going to be a little bit noisy in the video, but we're doing a real style here right after the tourney.
Yes.
You got some pizza in you. That was good. I know you're saying that you got your energy back. It's been a long day clawing your wins through there, but congrats again on the win, man.
Thank you.